Hey y'all, and welcome to the Sprinkle Factory YouTube channel where we cover everything culinary. Before we get started, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button down below, turn on your post notifications so you don't miss any of our amazing recipes. Today we're going to be making loaded seafood lasagna. Now let's get started, you guys. We have quite a few ingredients for this, okay? This is definitely going to be one of those labor of love dishes, but I'll make sure that I go through everything with you guys as we proceed. The first thing that I want you guys to do is prep your ricotta cheese. And this is one of the dishes that you definitely have to season it in layers so that the end result would be absolutely delicious. So what I have here, guys, I have 32 ounces of ricotta cheese. I am going to add an egg to this, as well as a quarter of a cup of grated Parmesan cheese and a little parsley. Now, of course, we are going to use our Just a Sprinkle, you guys. You can literally use this on everything. The website link, you guys, is down below in the description where you can pick up all of our seasonings. So make sure you go check that out before you leave. Place your order and we'll ship it right to you. So what you guys are seeing now is I have 2 chopped green onions, and we're going to add that into the ricotta cheese. Again, just another layer of flavor, and it's absolutely delicious. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with 1.5 pounds of medium shrimp. Make sure you clean them, devein them, peel them, take the tails off. And of course, season it with just a sprinkle all-purpose seasoning, the only seasoning you're going to need for this entire recipe. We're going to get these cooked up a little bit, guys. Get them tossed in the garlic and the butter so they absorb all of those flavors and just get more and more delicious. So once we get these warmed up a bit, what we're going to do is we are going to add our crab meat. So I have a 1/2 pound of claw meat and a 1/2 pound of the lump meat. Now, if you like, you can do all of the lump meat, but I think the claw meat actually has more of a sweeter characteristic that lends to this recipe very well. So we are going to put all of our crab meat in there. We are going to mix it around, and this is going to be our seafood filling for our loaded seafood lasagna. Of course, we want to make sure that we season this as well. Again, continue to season your dish in layers so that your end product is amazing. Now we just want to warm this up, you guys. You don't have to necessarily cook the shrimp all the way through because we are going to put it in the oven. But make sure before you take it off the heat, you hit it with a little squeeze of lemon. That's just going to wake all of those seafood ingredients up and just liven the party a little bit. So as you guys see in this skillet, we had about 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, and we're going to start to wilt down our shrimp. Now it looks like we're putting a lot in here, but as you guys know, it's not going to be much at all. So we're going to season the spinach as well, of course. Wilt it down a little bit and take it off of the heat. Now, one of the main stars of this team is the alfredo sauce. So let's get started on that, you guys. I have all the ingredients down at the bottom of the screen. And we're just going to go ahead and create our roux. A roux is equal parts butter and or oil, most commonly butter, and flour, okay? And what this is a thickening agent, okay? So this is going to be used to thicken up our sauce and our creams and milks that it takes to make an alfredo sauce. So we're going to go ahead and add in our milk once the roux gets a little toasty, and that's just to cook out the flour taste so it doesn't taste pasty, if you will. And then we're going to go ahead and add our heavy cream. Okay, we're going to make quite a bit of sauce here, you guys, so we use the whole quart of cream. And then after that, we're going to add in a 1/2 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. And of course, we are going to season our sauce as well. I'm putting a pinch of nutmeg, you guys, because it just makes cream sauces so much more delicious. I added a little more parsley, you guys, just to freshen it up a bit, and you're going to allow this to cook. Do not bring it to a boil. Just right before it starts to boil, then it's done. You don't want to scorch the cheese at the bottom. So now my favorite part is going to be layering the lasagna, and it is super easy. We're going to start with some sauce on the bottom so that our noodles don't burn in the oven, and I'm using the oven ready lasagna, which is perfectly fine, you guys. Not only does it eliminate a step, I also love the texture of these, so it's super simple. We want to go ahead and take our seafood mixture. We have our spinach, our ricotta, mozzarella cheese, you guys, and you can layer it in whatever order you like. I'm just going to kind of go with the flow and the feels of things, and I'm going to start with the seafood. Okay, after that, I am going to make sure I get it spread it out nice and even, and then I'm going to do a little bit of the spinach, you guys. The spinach just kind of breaks up the monotony of this dish because, as you can see, everything we're using, from the ricotta to the mozzarella to the pasta to the alfredo, it's kind of heavy, it's kind of dense, so we're just putting a little bit of brightness in there. I am, however, squeezing out the moisture of the spinach because we want our lasagna to be creamy, and we don't want all of that water that's going to come out the spinach and potentially make it too wet. After we do this, and I am in love with ricotta cheese, you guys, so I'm going to use a lot, but it's totally up to you how much you guys want to use. So you can use a little, you can use a lot, and you can eliminate it altogether. It is totally up to you. So as you see so far, we've done the seafood, we've done the spinach, we've done the ricotta. We're going to go ahead and do the mozzarella, a nice layer of it, and some more sauce, you guys, and repeat. So we're just going to continue to do this until you get to the top of the pan. We're going to go ahead and top the lasagna with another layer of mozzarella cheese and give it a little sprinkling of the Just a Sprinkle all-purpose seasoning. Oven ready noodles require you to use 2 layers of foil. Pop it in the oven for 400 for 45 minutes. And it gets nice and golden and bubbly. Now, you guys, but what I'm working on here is the topping to the lasagna. I have some lobster here, some grilled lobster, and I'm going to be posting that video this week, you guys, so stay tuned. Make sure you turn on your post notifications and subscribe so you don't miss it. We have some sauteed shrimp, you guys, here in the pan. We've just sauteed them with a little bit of butter. We're going to add the lobster that I heated up in a little bit of butter and some lump crab meat, you guys, and season that up with some garlic and just a sprinkle. Now, what I decided to serve my lasagna in is a small cast iron skillet, you guys. You can serve it right out of the pan. It's totally up to you. I just thought this was cute. I put some cheese at the bottom and some sauce. I placed my lasagna in it, and I'm just going to arrange my seafood on top, however you may prefer. So again, we have the lobster, we have the jumbo shrimp, we have the lump crab meat, and we're just going to put that all together and get it nice and hot and bubbly. I just put my little cast iron skillet on top of the stove to get some of that cheese melted there at the bottom. And as you can see, guys, this is completely delicious. What I prefer to do is add a little extra sauce on top. And in true Sprinkle Factory YouTube channel fashion, let's get into the slow-mo. Just like that, you guys, you have made loaded seafood lasagna. As my grandma would say, finger licking time. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see y'all next time.